Hey everybody, we're going to do a really quick July garden update. But the first thing I want to show you is these little guys. We have caterpillars. These are caterpillars that are growing on our dill plants, and they are going to be beautiful swallowtail butterflies. That is one of the little chrysalises. So when you see the hot mess that is our dill, that's why. We've got blueberry plants that are ripening up. Blueberries are starting to come in. Beautiful and delicious. This is all those beautiful strawberry plants that we had earlier, speckled with some flowers in here. But all the strawberries are done for the year, but these are just growing and happy. We've got some herbs out front, so our two little rosemaries. These bins were all supposed to be full of sweet potatoes, but little critters have been eating away at the sweet potato leaves. So this is what the sweet potatoes currently look like. So I'm guessing no sweet potatoes this year, but we're just letting them grow anyway. We've had multiple harvests from this oregano. The chives have been amazing. A couple harvests off the lavender and the sage and the mint. And then we have had so much dill harvested this year. The rest of this dill is mostly just being saved for said little caterpillars. All right, moving into the backyard. So this is all the far garden, is where the potatoes and the vast majority of tomatoes and peppers are, but this is everything else. Our beautiful little nectarine tree. It's not quite ready for fruiting this year. It's only on year 2. This is our peach tree, making some nice, beautiful little peaches there. Which we are super excited about. Everyone in the house loves peaches. All right, this is where our peas were growing, and they just came out maybe a week ago. And then yesterday we replanted with some brassicas. So this is cauliflower in this little section. These are our at-home pepper plants, just putting on lots of peppers and more blooms to come. And this in between is where our carrots were. Excuse me, that just came out yesterday. And so this has been replanted with kohlrabi. This is our onions. Some of them are still holding strong and standing up nice and tall. But the red ones I think have also given up, so we'll get those out soon. That is where the Walla Wallas were, and that has been replanted with broccoli. What you see back here is leeks, so they'll be in until the winter. And then this whole area over here, there are 2 zucchini plants here that have not yet produced much of anything, and then just tomatoes, 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 tomatoes. In front of these tomatoes was where we had all of our spinach, but we knew the spinach was going to come out at this time of year and be dead, so we planted a couple little nasturtiums. This is like 2 or 3 nasturtium plants that are just taking up this whole thing. There's one tiny little basil in the back here trying to survive all of this. All right, behind this bed we have what looks to be just emptiness. So here, I'm going to be turning sideways a little bit. This back area right here is where all of that garlic just came out. So if you can see, these are the cucumber plants that are going to take the rest of that room up. This row of green right here is our celery. And then there were still a couple of cabbages still working on themselves. These ones are actually starting to hurt up, so we're going to leave those in there. We replanted a little bit of this with carrots, but this May, that's where the beets came out just recently. This will probably end up with more brassicas, so like broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, because those are things that we all love. There's still one more big cabbage over here. We just harvested so many, I was just going to let this little one kind of grow a bit more. This is where most of those brassicas were that came out in the spring, and the goal was to replant these with beans. So I reseeded these with beans, but then we went out of town again. So that did not work out very well. That is the only bean that has germinated. But when we came back, we reseeded with carrots, and they are all coming up. So we'll get another beautiful carrot harvest out of this. Again, we planted like 2 nasturtium plants, and they are wildly taking over everything. And then we have 2 little butternut squash plants and a pumpkin, whose job it is to just spill over the side of this and take over the rest of my yard, hopefully. Back here, last year we just had little raspberry sticks. And now we have raspberries. And we haven't gotten any in the house yet because I just keep taking them off the plant and popping them in my mouth. So this whole section, let's see if we can get a better view from further. This whole section here is just raspberry, raspberry, raspberry. There's one little dill plant, another little dill plant. Again, we are just using these to feed those butterflies. Thyme, which we just harvested recently, so it's all cut back. And our very first chamomile plant, which I just harvested again today, so not so many blooms up there. This poor little cherry tree that does not know what to do with itself. It is also a year 2 like our nectarine, so you would think it would be happier, but it is definitely not. And this is just our crazy flower bed that we just plant whatever we can find in, and most of it gets eaten up by the bunnies. These are some gladiolas that we tried to grow, but the bunnies just really like eating everything that we put in here. But we got one little dahlia blooming up here. And so much lemon balm. It smells amazing, guys. I don't even know what to tell you. But if anybody wants lemon balm, let me know, because I've got more than I can handle. All right, so that's it for the backyard. Maybe we will see you on the flip side and try and get around to doing a really short video for the other garden. Okay, thanks, bye.